The models come with pretty stylish flying stands. On the booklet you'll see the different options you have. The differences are the helmets and the weapons. You have an option for one leader, one musician and one standard bearer. For each of those you have enough stuff to assemble a normal guy instead. The assembly process is very straightforward, but I won't glue the rod to the serpents because I want to drill a hole to get stronger support and be able to get it off the base. I really like how you assemble the body of the riders. The base of the body is the same and you have options for the heads and the weapons, which is the right arm. I want to go for a desert raider style, so I'll go with the bladed helmets, but I will magnetize the weapons. On the sprues you can see the different kinds of helmets, and here is the only spear that is in two parts. The pair of legs and the body of the serpents each has two fins. You have 4 heads of each kind in total, 3 normal and 1 leader for each. The leader's serpent has 2 heads, a bladed one and a normal one. These are the swords, and this one is for the female rider, and that's her spear and body armor. You'll find everything in the booklet about the assembly. Just note that you really have to follow the instructions with the numbers. You have 3 bodies for the guards, and each one is assigned to his specific serpent. Some parts share the same number because they are identical. I will start by taking one serpent and its 2 fins. Note that the outside of the fins are sharper and that the bones go downwards, so you won't mix them up once cut out of the sprue. I tend to first cut the thinner parts and the bigger ones at the end, to apply less pressure on the piece. I like to get pieces that go together at the same time from the sprue to save time, but I'm always careful to group them together on my desk to avoid mixing them up. Then I clean up the models with pliers, knife and a file. To deal with mold lines on a rounded surface, the file is the best tool. Be gentle, make a broad one-way motion with minimal pressure, and you'll see the line getting removed very nicely. Small spaces do require the use of a knife to smooth the surface. And here is everything free of mold lines, ready to be assembled. You'll be able to see how I drill the serpent to insert the plastic rod on my Patron. Before assembling anything, I will put the magnets in. This way the piece will be easier to handle. I'll put magnets inside the bodies and right arms of the riders. The female arms will require smaller magnets. Then I glue together the parts that are split, like the 2 parts of the serpent's heads, but I won't glue the heads yet to the body. First I will do the fins. I always dry test before putting the glue on the parts. Now to the body of the riders. It's very smooth and easy because they are so nicely designed, and that goes for the legs too. But before the legs, that's when I put the magnets inside the bodies of the riders. You'll find the step-by-step video on my Patreon. That's some work, but it's so much worth it. I was shy to start with the magnets, but I'm kind of addicted now. To glue the legs to the body, just follow the steps on the booklet. First one leg to the body, then the other one. It's super satisfying just because it's so smooth. Just be careful that all the joints are well connected everywhere. For the leader's helmet, first I don't apply pressure on the wings to avoid damaging it when I put it in place. Then I make sure it's well put together. If there is an excess of glue, just use a tissue as a sponge, but don't let it in too long or the tissue will be glued to your model. Now I still have to glue the heads of the serpents, which I will do in the last steps, the heads of the riders, their knives, their left arm holding the shield, but I won't glue the shield, I will do only after painting, as well as gluing the rider to the serpent. And all the arms are magnetized at this stage. Because I won't glue the riders on the serpents yet, I have to be careful how I glue the serpents' heads, because the reins have to fall into the rider's hand. I first place the rider to see where his hands are. The saddle has marks to fit with the rider's legs. It will help you to place it. Then mark the spot, and then finally glue the serpent's head to make the reins fall at that spot. Finally, I magnetized the standard. Although it's a must-have game-wise, I prefer the look with no standard. That's a superb kit that I enjoyed a lot. They really have a strong desert rider vibe to me, and I can't wait to get more and paint them.